ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ 10x ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಶಾಲೆ ಆರಂಭ. ಭವಿಷ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದತ್ತ ಒಂದು ದೂರದೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಭೂದೃಶ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವದ ತಿರುವು ನೀಡೋ ಒಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಗುರುತು ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಮೊದಲ ಐಬಿ ಶಾಲೆಯಾದ 10x ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಶಾಲೆಯನ್ನ ಔಪಚಾರಿಕವಾಗಿ ಇಂದು ಉದ್ಘಾಟಿಸಲಾಯಿತು. ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಮಹಾರಾಜರು, ಗಣ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು, ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಥಳೀಯ ಸಮುದಾಯದ ಸದಸ್ಯರು ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಇನ್ನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಜಾಗತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಗೌರವಿಸಲ್ಪಡುವ ಉದ್ಯಮಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಪುತ್ರ ಅಂತಲೇ ಕರೆಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಶ್ರೀ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಮಳವಳ್ಳಿ ಅವರ ಉದಾರ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಶಾಲೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ. 21ನೇ ಶತಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನ ಮರು ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನಿಸಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಉದ್ಯಮಶೀಲತೆಯನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಯತಂತ್ರದ ಜೀವನದ ಹೂಡಿಕೆಯಾಗಿ ಬೆಳಗಿಸಿ ಭಾರತದ ಯುವಕರು ಒಳಗಿನಿಂದ ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸಲು ಅಧಿಕಾರ ನೀಡುವ ಮೂಲಕ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣದ ಉದ್ದೇಶವನ್ನ ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಶಾಲೆ ಉದ್ಭವವಾಗಿದೆ. ಭಾರತದ ಉದಯೋನ್ಮುಖ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಳವಾದ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸವನ್ನ ತುಂಬುವ ಮೂಲಕ ಮೆದುಳಿನ ಡ್ರೈನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹಿಮ್ಮೆಟ್ಟಿಸುವ ಗುರಿಯನ್ನ ಈ ಶಾಲೆಯು ಹೊಂದಿದೆ. ಮನಸ್ಸು ಭಯವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ತಲೆ ಎತ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಶಾಲೆಯ ಧೈರ್ಯ, ಘನತೆ, ಸ್ವಾವಲಂಬನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಸಮಾನತೆಗೆ ಬದ್ಧತೆಯನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬಿಸುವ ಸಂದೇಶವಾಗಿದೆ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಕಲಾತೀತ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಿಶ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಕರೆ ನೀಡಿ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಧ್ಯೇಯಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕ ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯಗೊಳಿಸಲಾಯಿತು. ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಪನೆಯನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆ ಕಲ್ಪನೆಯನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು ಯಶಸ್ಸಿನ ಮಾರ್ಗ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾರಲಾಯಿತು. ನಿರಂತರ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಸಮಾಚಾರಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರಿ ಮೈಸೂರು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ 21.
He is the visionary behind 10x International School. It's a new concept school. It's the first IB curriculum school that is here in Mysore, and it is India's first school of innovation. So, two key points: it is Mysore's first IB curriculum school and India's first school of innovation. Dr. Chirag Jhala is the principal of that school. They have answered questions on why Mysore. The general just spoke about how 10x aligns with the culture of Mysore. To brief on the previous two questions that happened so far, the school is now open for admissions only for grade 9. The school starts in August, and you can please ask more questions and engage with our distinguished panel over here. Feel free to take this forward. Thank you.
You asked a very interesting question. The world's best international curriculum is the International Baccalaureate, which is based out of Geneva. There are about 350 schools, such schools in India. To give you an idea of the fee structure which you raise over there, our Bangalore school, Indus Bangalore school, in grade 11 and 12 is 15 lakhs per year. And 9th and 10th is 10 to 12 lakhs per year. The same education is going to be given in Mysuru at 1/4 the price. That means grade 11 and 12 will be 4 lakhs against 15 lakhs in Bangalore. And 3 lakhs for 9th and 10th as against 10 to 12 lakhs in Bangalore. So this new concept which we have modeled over here ensures that we cut down on all other infrastructure and provide absolutely quality education, which should be affordable not only for the privileged people, but to even people who cannot afford it today. So I think that is the very major magic that has been done.
Thank you, General. Any other questions? Friends of the
I have one more question. What are your views on balancing academic excellence with values?
Could you please
views on balancing academic excellence with values?
That's a very good question you asked. I'm glad you asked me this question. This is the only school in the world. This is the only school in the world, and possibly in most universities of the world, which has got a department of life entrepreneurship. And 25% periods of the entire school are given to this department. So the objective of the life entrepreneurship department is leadership in the 21st century, character, values, how to think, how to learn, how to unlearn, spirituality, higher goal of life, लक्ष्य जिंदगी का क्या होना चाहिए, and design thinking. So we have got STEAM labs for this, we've got innovation labs for this, innovation for this. Now, just to give an example, today, um, 3 students from our school, one in Hyderabad and 2 in Bangalore, came for a Shark Tank over here. You know Shark Tank? They came here and they won the Shark Tank. And they are setting up how to turn plastic into oil and how that oil can be used for health purposes. It can be used using mushrooms. So we are encouraging children now to become entrepreneurs immediately after leaving their school. Every entrepreneur is a leader, but every leader is not an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurship is being developed in them, whereas the academic is being held. Every teacher is a PhD. In no school are all teachers. Here, every teacher's minimum qualification is a PhD. So that is the sort of focus which we have on. Do you have that bag with us?
It is, sir.
Steam bag?
Yes, we have it. We can show them.
Can we show them now?
Yes, please.
Has got a STEAM bag when he joins. STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics. And this is part of the 4 lakhs and these 3 lakhs I told you there. He's got a drone. He's got a VR headset over there. He's got a 3D printer, individual. So when they go to school to work in the science over there, there's STEAM labs where only specialized training is given to them on how to use technology for defining concepts over there. So the levels of academic excellence are very high. They are so high that students who graduate from 10x will be able to either go to IITs, IIMs, premier Indian institutions, or the top universities of the world. Today, the schools in India, the international schools, IB schools, which are not 10x, there are only 2 10x schools. One is here and one is also coming up in Bangalore. They cannot compete for Indian premier institutions because the gap between CBSE and the international curriculum is something like 33 to 35%. They are unable to compete. In any case, those kids are very rich. They all go abroad and very few come back. So this is a model where we want our children to stay back in India as much as possible. If India is going to be the 3rd largest economy by 2030, we cannot afford a brain drain. We have to reverse the brain drain. And to reverse the brain drain, we have to give them opportunities to employ themselves in our own country over here. Therefore, entrepreneurship and academic excellence are 2 sides of the same coin. You can't have academics without entrepreneurship, and you can't have entrepreneurship without academics. They are 2 sides of the same coin. They are not moving in different directions.
So in Mysore, you have already started, or how is it?
So we are about to start, ma'am. The school will begin its operation in August 2025 with
So
grade 9.
classes from
The classes are from grade 9 onwards.
9?
See, Olympics you always have every 4 years, right? So we are preparing students from grade 9 onwards, 9, 10, 11, 12, so that they are ready to excel after 4 years.
With AI and design thinking at the core of 10x, how are teachers being prepared to step away from instructions and take on mentor role?
Teachers are no longer teachers. They have to take a different role altogether. So I can tell you a simple thing. What is the qualification of a teacher? A master's degree in a subject and a bachelor's in education. Now that is no longer working. The teachers have to have different skills. If I'm a language teacher, I must know how to use AI tools, how to integrate AI tools. How can I use science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths in my subject, that is language, right? So if I'm teaching Kannada language, how should I teach? Like the one sentence I've learned from book is Nanu Kannada Kaliyuttidene. Now, do you even use this word? No. So how do I teach language to a beginner using different ways, different technology? That is what the teacher has to do, and that's what we are training them for. And that is how we change the teacher from being a teacher to being a mentor.
So teachers are appointed from here only or out of?
They come across the world, ma'am. We are hiring the best minds in the country, and not just country, in the world. We have PhD faculties who have life experience, not just teaching experience.
Sir, in a tradition-bound city like Mysore, how do you plan to align such a radical model with local cultural expectations?
See, sir, would you like to?
What is the question?
Can you please repeat? How do you align?
In a traditional bound city like Mysore, how do you plan to align such a radical model with local cultural expectations?
The model which the principal has spelled out is only going to work in traditional areas. Because the non-traditional areas like the big cities of ours, they have got used to the normal CBSE curriculum being delivered the CBSE way, the IGCSE curriculum or the state board curriculum or the international baccalaureate curriculum over here. There has been no innovation in them. They become standard because of repetition over scores of years. Therefore, in a traditional place like Mysuru, we feel, and that is why we are launching the school here, the first school is being launched in Mysuru, is that the people of Mysuru, going by their cultural heritage, going by their scientific heritage over here, they are in a better position to understand the changes that have got to be brought about in society. So I think from that perspective, Mysore is going to be a smart city. Coorg is developing into an ecosystem of reputed schools, colleges, and we feel at Indus that our education system needs to be changed. Instead of scoring 100 out of 100 in science and maths and going to colleges and getting jobs over there, I think that age is over now. With artificial intelligence having come in and advanced general intelligence, which is the next stage of artificial intelligence coming in, which everybody expects to come by 2030 or so. Machine intelligence will surpass human intelligence. So you can see now that currently GPT has got an IQ of 120, which maybe very few teachers in India have got. In the world, only 9% people have that IQ. And by 2030, it is expected to have an IQ of 160 to 180. So the AI has got that IQ, the teacher has got an IQ of 110 or 115 at best over there. So there has to be a complete revolution in education to happen there. So we feel that a city like Mysuru, who's got a very rich cultural tradition, a tradition of academics over here, will be able to assimilate that far better than people in advanced cities.
Already the esteemed trustees of the Indus Trust, various principals from the many schools of Indus, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media and police personnel. I'm myself a student of IB. I was at the Canadian International School. At that time, I believe Canadian and Indus were the only two schools in Bangalore. There was probably a third one. I suppose it's been lost to time. But we were, I suppose, in many ways the experimental batch, because at that time we were still all in deep waters, and our batch, I know in Canadian for a fact, was still considered very much experimental in the fact that many of the teachers themselves were navigating these new waters. But since then, IB has taken firm root in India and has been seen as one of the most pioneering curriculums to achieve strong leaders, to achieve people who are wanting to be more innovative, take the plunge of entrepreneurship and craft ideas that are uniquely Indian in their approach, despite it being a curriculum coming from the Western world. I think now it has amalgamated and understood its own model within India, a hybrid model, if I may, and is going forward, I think, with all the aspirations of New India, and has certainly served to create a very positive development all across India. And in light of that, 10x school coming to Mysore and extending this IB curriculum here is very much needed in this hour, and I wholeheartedly welcome such a positive development in Mysore. My congratulations to all of you on the launch of this school, and I hope and I'm sure that in the years to come, as the school comes to Mysore and extends its services to our people, it will ensure that our populace has a great infrastructure and a great facility towards achieving our ends. It is even more so, I think, in support, given the very nice principle and very nice emotion or the sentiment you have extended, in that you want to be firmly rooted in the tradition and values of our city while taking up a modern agenda and moving forward towards that modern world. I think in every way that extends towards the general feeling of Mysore is that while we are firmly rooted in that tradition and that heritage, we want to move forward in a sustainable way with every facility available to the modern world available in our city as well. And I think endearing yourselves to that sentiment is something that is a cause for us also to endear ourselves to you. So my congratulations once more to all of you. It is indeed an honor to have such a development in Mysore, and I look forward to all of the wonderful work that you all will do and the many collaborations we will undoubtedly share in this journey forward.